And he's talking about all the holdups with me and the problems he had with me is because I didn't want to box him. I wanted to fight him. And I think boxing is just one of the arts we could do as a mixed martial artist. I don't think the money's in boxing. The money's just in whoever's able to uh, get the fight done and sell the tickets to the fight. I think it'd be a lot better to fight an MMA fighter in MMA, but that's all he's allowed to do. So as long as we can get some type of swinging going on, I'm with it. Yeah, it was crazy. I'm cool with press conferences and stuff like that, but I didn't like it was fun too. I had a good time traveling around and doing all that stuff, but I think the repeated square offs are a little ridiculous. We're just sitting there looking at each other, and I'm not, like I said before, I'm a real fighter. I don't want to sit there and size each other up in each other's faces and fake like we're gonna fight right there and act all talking shit. I think I like to just get the press conference done fight week and get to the point. So I was over it by the end of it. And I try to not be rude at these things because I don't want to come off like that. But we're in a fight, so fuck it, that's what it has to be. But yeah, I want to get this fight out of the way to think about the future. But I would like to fight him, and I would like to fight him in a rematch in MMA. Yeah, 306 would be great if that was even an option. But if not, in the UFC at some point. And the boxing thing is always there too for whoever wants to fight. I want to do big fights and fight the best opponents I can fight for the rest of my career. We're gonna have to see what happens and what goes down. Don't fuck with me at a press conference. I've been at the highest level of press conferences, and if he's crying about it, that's his fault. That's why I don't want to. I don't like to go to press conferences because I don't like to lose sleep at night thinking about what should happen, what I should do, or So I'm just like, if we're not gonna fight right there, then fuck off. And now look at him losing sleep over it or something. That's his problem. Shouldn't try to find me. I think it was okay. He was a lot bigger. I wish I would have had a weight class to make so I could actually been disciplined to do what I needed to do. He wasn't a very scary opponent, so I did a little camp. We went to Riverside and trained at Robert Garcia's boxing gym. Got some good round in, and then from there on, we pretty much went on a bender until the fight. So I wish we could have done things a little better, but it was necessary. So now I could really beat his ass. Me and Dana always had a good relationship. We had our ups and downs about things in the business and how it went, but that was just a part of me. I learned a lot from it. Being in the company for 17 years, and personally, we always had a good relationship. But to make any changes, I had to be out loud about it, and he was the one to make the attacks on, and then he would return fire, and I think it was all for the best. I learned a lot, and we're cool now. We've been cool, and UFC's the best show, best combat sports show, and well with the best fighters. So I would love to go back and fight for a title over there. Yeah, I thought it was an amateur press conference. There should have been security. I noticed right when I sat down, he's right here next to me, and there's no security in there. And he does interviews and he mouths off in the interviews talking a bunch of shit. And when we get right there at the press conference, usually he starts talking all this respect shit in terms of keep mutual because they didn't want any conflict. But I already knew what he had been saying, and And I'm like, if this guy's gonna talk shit to me right here, we're gonna be fighting. So I need to get the fuck out of here right now, or the whole show's scrapped. And if that's what they want, that's what they're gonna get. And so I felt like I was the most grown up one in the whole situation. I said, we're gonna fight. I was thinking we're gonna fight right here, so I'm getting the fuck out of here. I've had enough. I think people have seen what we need to see, and what they need to see. And when I left, he started acting like, get out of here, like he was the man. So I was like, well, fight me right now, bitch. And then he stopped in his tracks, and you could tell. I'm like, okay, well then fuck you. We don't even be sitting here talking to each other. I'm out. Because I don't want to brawl to go on, you know? And I think that's what they wanted. I ain't trying to sell no show for them or nobody. I'm just trying to get to the fight like a professional athlete and get the job done. So I was like, I'm out. I said my last words and I was gone. And everybody who wanted a brawl and a fight stuck around. Him, his coach, everybody like, oh, his poor coach. But his coach was in there asking for it. He was at the previous press conferences too. He was talking and acting up, and like I'm at those press conferences as a businessman. You know, that's why I'm there. If I was gonna be a fighter about it, I just wouldn't even go, or I'd go set off the whole shit. So if they wanted to get on some gangster shit, they could have. They had the chance when I was there. But I want to get the job done. I want to show up July 6th, and if I get any shit talk to me and we're gonna set it off, I'm gonna set it off harder than anybody in the whole place. So that's why I left. And like I said, I saw a lot of interviews and people headlines talking about because their fucking coach got involved, like we were a bunch of punks. And like, your punk ass coach was the one involving himself in that situation like a little child, and a bunch of fake ass whatever the hell they wanted to be. And they made a scene and they got what they asked for. And the guys on my side, they were me and my half of my team were already halfway at the building. I was in the elevator, the door shutting, and I heard people yelling. I thought, what the hell is going on? So I had to go back and make sure everybody's okay. And I think they acted childish. I think the whole situation was childish, and people put the blame on me or something. But I think I was the most grown up person in the whole situation, especially the antagonist. What's that guy's name? The guy who was in the middle talking, asking me the stupid questions.
Brian Campbell.
Brian Campbell too. So I need to hold him down a little bit. Slap him around, ask him some questions.
Thank you, Nate.
What do you say, Nate? What do you care about, motherfucker? Fucking antagonizing a fight right here. You're half the problem, not him. Just but in those situations, it's like. It's just think about high school. The whole place is starting to fight, but me. I was the bigger man, and I walked away. And that's why we're gonna be there July 6th, because of me.